Welcome to the FactorySQL Front-End Introduction video. This video will show you the major sections of the FactorySQL front-end. As a reminder, FactorySQL is an OPC to SQL database data bridge that does real-time status and control, historical data logging, alarming, and various other operations. This is the FactorySQL front-end. Here we configure projects that run on the FactorySQL service. As you can see, we can connect to a local host or we can connect across the network to a different service. Normally, the first thing I'd show you is resetting the demo period. After 2 hours, you click this button and then it allows you to run for another 2 hours. At that point, all the groups stop and you just start them over again. Most of the configuration is done via the toolbar and the file menu. These settings are fairly straightforward. The first major section of the front end is the OPC servers pane. This allows you to browse locally installed or remote OPC servers. Let's go ahead and browse. Browsing my Kepware OPC server. As you select items in the OPC server pane, your tags will show up in the OPC item pane to the right. Now we can select these different tags. The bottom left is the project view area, down here, which stores groups and folders. Selecting a group will display its tags in the OPC item pane to the right. Item names tend to correspond to column names in your SQL database. Once a group is selected, it may be modified via the Group Settings and Status tabs. Most of your configuration for the group is done in this Action tab, which tells it how to behave. You can go to the Trigger tab to do more sophisticated trigger type operations, or you can look at the status to see what's going on. Let's go ahead and run a group. So I'm going to select our history group and click Run or hit F5. That started the group in FactorySQL. Now it'll continue to run. Even if we reboot the machine, the service will fire up and it'll continue to go. So if we go over to our Status tab, we can verify that the group did start recently and that it's taken one sample so far. This particular group logs a record in the database every 30 seconds. That concludes our introduction to the FactorySQL front end.